Alright. I do got a couple questions for you. I know you wanted me to come through, let them hear some of the music, let them know that you got the album coming, let them know you gonna fall back for Ramadan and all that. Show them the merch and all of that. I mean, had the little combo with Hollow on the side. We probably throw that on something else. I mean, or might throw that in the mix of this. I mean, throw that in the mix of this.
Shout out to H-Man, shout out to Erie Avenue, shout out to North Philly, West Philly, Southwest, the whole Philadelphia, the whole Uma. Shout out to Cree Force, because every time I think of H, I think of Cree. I love y'all, man. Y'all know what's up.
Right. So, Benz, though, like, you know, you popped up on the DVD era. A lot of people who familiar with you from way back then. You wasn't in the beginning. You wasn't in the beginning. You wasn't in the beginning of it, but you caught it like in the middle towards the end of it. Know what I mean? So you was able to get that part of it. And then fast forward some years later, you know, a lot of people didn't transition from the DVD era you successfully, know what I mean?
Did I?
Now, so we gonna get to that, know what I mean? So Benz, though, you one of the people that was on them DVDs that was able to transition into the streaming world, into the, you know, independence, into the merch, into the, you know, being featured in films and all this type of stuff. So speak on, you know, do you...
From DVDs to MTV, BET, TMZ, NBC, Fox... Oscar-nominated films, that's not easy to do. No manager, no dick sucking, no hating, no Charlie Mack, no Cosmic Kev, respectfully, no none of that. Just prayer, fear in the law, trust in the law, and my team, my family, my people that's with me every day. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad you said all that, because that go even more into my question. So Benz, though you accomplished all of that, and then when people, you know,
much more than that, but
then from being blackballed and all that, and then when people talking about, you know, people in the city doing their thing and all of that, and people not mentioning your name, whether it be for whatever reason, I mean, so how do you feel about that when people don't mention you, all the accomplishments that you made up to this point being from the city, and not getting that recognition by a lot of people like you probably should? Like,
the best way to answer that is I ain't getting it for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think the people that got in it for that Philly love, I think a lot of them have failed, because after they got that Philly love, they realized that they don't pay your bills. It don't really mean much in the real world, in the business world. So for me, it's like, I just had an article in the Source magazine about, you know, where the Source magazine said Tone Trump is innovating the game of hip hop with this new shoppable app I have called Drop TV. So when I care more what the Source say than, no disrespect, the Philly Hip Hop Awards. You know what I'm saying? So you can't box me out of a circle I never wanted to be in. It never was my goal to be the best rapper on a DVD. It never was my goal to hang at the studio where everybody recorded. That never was my goal to, like, my friends aren't rappers. My companions, my sahabas, the brothers I pray with, the brothers I get money with, they not rappers. So I can't expect to be in, that's a popularity contest. I don't wear what they wear. I don't wear the Philly brand they all support. I support it on my own, but I take pride in being different. I try to support all the Philly, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's plenty Philly business owners that's gonna watch this interview and they're gonna say Tone Trump has posted me or supported my food or my clothes or whatever. So I take pride in that. But as far as being inside the circle and all of that, that never was no thing for me. So I'm okay with that. Like, I was looking, like, when I look at, you know, the people I care what they think, I'm 20 feet tall to those people. You know, when I talk to somebody like Kevin Gates and the things he shares with me in private of how my movement inspired him, that means more to me than what somebody around the corner from my old way can say about me. Or it just doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything in the real world. And I live in the real world. So I'm cool with it, man. And when I run into other winners from Philadelphia, I haven't run into one winner from Philadelphia that didn't acknowledge me and respect me. So I feel like amongst my peers is love. Like, when I see Beanie Siegel, he loves me. When I see Black Thought, when I see Meek Mills, whoever, it's always love. Kevin Hart, is always love. So I look at it like, and that's not just celebrities. I'm talking about, we talk about politicians, people on the streets. Any of my friends, y'all see me screaming freedom, talk to their mothers. You see me, when you see me talking about, if you see me mentioning Bach in my music, ask Bach mother. You know what I mean? Ask the people that really matter. I don't care about, you know, the people that you talking about, like, they got their picks, and I'm okay with that. And a lot of their picks wish they was doing some of the things, half the things I'm doing. So for me, it's like, do I want to, you know, I just got back from a pop-up shop tour, you know what I'm saying? You know, fresh, you know, the pandemic loosened up a little bit. I just did Harlem, Newark, New Jersey, Baltimore, and DC, and it was super successful. None of those people that came out and spent thousands on my merch cares about what the in crowd and back home in Philly is talking about, because I'm global, never local. So My movement, you know, the 3 W's in the internet, that WWW stands for World Wide Web. It's not WWP, Worldwide Philly, it's World Wide Web. I'm an international phenom. I'm in GQ Middle East. I walk New York Fashion Week. I'm doing Fashion Week in Paris. You know, inshallah. You know, this is my 3rd trip to Africa. I've raised close to $2 million for Africa. You know, we just took 10 stacks to the masjid in Southwest. I'm not from Southwest. You know, I just took that to 65th and Elmwood, mashallah. You know what I mean? So it's like them props, that never meant nothing to me. You know what I mean? I wanted to irritate them people from day one. Everything I did was strategic. Even the people that I antagonized in the beginning of the Tone Trump thing, when I was getting on DVDs, I took shots at the people I knew they loved and respected the most. For example, Oschino, who I love and respect to this day. When I first was coming out, I knew how people respect and revere Oschino. So I said, if I diss him and get him to say something back, I was trying to be on some 50 Cent type shit, and it worked. I never forget the bull from Heavy Spitters called me one day and said, yo, I just interviewed Oschino and he talking about you, and I was happy as shit because Oschino was one of my favorite rappers. I thought he was fired, and I'm like, damn, I'm in a little rap beef with him. Now I'm older and smarter and richer and prettier. I realized that rap beef shit is corny and clownish and stupid, but it's part of my story and it was part of my movie and my plan. So if I wanted to get along with that crowd you talking about, I would have been trying to be friends with Gillie and and all the different people I know they all love, and that's not what I tried to do. And them people will tell you that. I always respected them from afar, but I never called there's no rapper in Philly that be like, I used to call them to come to these sessions or none. None of them, not one. And that's not to say I didn't never network with any artists, because I do, but I never was part of the Get Along gang, and I never wanted to be a part of it. I never was part of the club, the cliques, and I took pride in that. And I love all the artists who now work outside of those circles. I think it's dopeness in that. So you can't box me out of a circle I never wanted to be in. And even when you talk about accolades, I won all the Philly Hip Hop Awards by the time, you know, back when it was like kind of decent. I was winning every award. So, and I've been winning awards since 2009. I was in the Philadelphia Daily News and winning awards. It's 2021. I'm still on the covers. I just did Fox 29 last month, featured story. So 2009, and think about the rappers that have come and gone from our era from 09 to 2021. You talk about them little lists. Do a Philly rap Forbes list. I bet you I'm on that. Mashallah. I bet you I'm on that. Do a Forbes list, especially for my era, my genre. Like you said, I came in that DVD. I remember, you know how happy I was the first time I was on y'all DVD, Bob DVD. All of them, I used to take pride in all them joints, and then they started blackballing me from the Philly DVDs. I didn't diss nobody. I ain't complain. I went up the Turnpike to New York and linked with the biggest DVDs in the world, Sub-Zero and all them dudes, and was on the cover. I used to watch them joints bootleg, and now I'm on the cover of them joints. So, blood, sweat, and prayers, man. They don't stop.
Right.
I bet you a lot of them niggas that they get props to can't afford to have Chink the Barber come. You see, he on my second son here now. Then my third son gonna come in, and then he got cut. So that's the traveling barber times 4 haircuts. You know what I mean? So, but go ahead.
All right. So yeah, I wanted you to address that, because I know Benz, though, the situation with you getting blackballed, like you said, forcing you to go mess with other people actually built your brand, made it bigger, to where as though other people across the world today still support what you're doing. I mean, I see you on the internet and you be posting like your merch, people rocking it all overseas and stuff like that. Over the world. So it was actually a blessing that you didn't get. Accepted like that, because you probably would have never even made it to that level. I never would have. So I just want you to, because we could go, we could do this all day, bro. But I know you got your sons in here getting cuts and all that, and I gotta go handle my business. So I want to give people some game, because all the stuff you've been through gave you a lot of knowledge on how to manipulate, how to maneuver, how to market, how to promote. So for artists that's independent, they don't got no manager, that's trying to get the ball rolling on their own, like sitting here looking at the interview, mind you from the DVD era, but you yourself would say, I ain't even no spitter. I'm on DVDs with everybody that's snapping and spitting, and I ain't even one of them, but I'm still able to get on these joints. So it's a lot of people in the city. So it's a lot of people in the city that was dying to get on them, and I'm not as good as them, but I'm still able to get shine, get cover shots, get my name on there and all of that.
Cover everything.
So give, we always give them a little game. So just give people a little game that's watching. Like, damn, how the hell can I?
Well, the keys, like for one, I got a good answer for that. Hold on 1 second. Let me give you something. The first thing they gotta do is they gotta get my book, Big Halal Steppers. That's the first thing they gotta do. Cause this book has 7 steps and principles on living a blessed and bossed up life. So this book has 7 steps that I've employed in my life, and also coming with a Quranic explanation from an aspiring scholar. So you get to see like how I put those things in place. Everything from changing my diet to the independent hustle. But just real quick, because if I tell it, I can't sell it. So get the book. Also, me and Show working on something. We gonna have a little Hustlers Academy coming real soon. We gonna give a lot of this out. But one thing I will say is no heart, no money. The great Bro Nitty once said, no heart, no money. The great M. Laden says, no heart, no money. The great Tone Trump says, no heart, no money. We live by that creed. So without heart, there's no opportunity. Chances really make champions. And for me, like, I fear Allah and nothing else. So for me to expand my brand globally, I had to go to these places. So I went to Little Haiti by myself and network with F.A.M.E. I went to Chicago not knowing much about their gang culture, but knowing I needed to come to the Midwest, link with brothers like JoJo Capone and the artists want to come up. I got in a rental from City Line Avenue and drove 22 hours to Minnesota just to break even to do shows. I drove to La Crosse, Wisconsin multiple times. Now it's a blessing. I'm flying to Africa business class. For those that Google that if you ain't never flown internationally business class, filet mignon, halal food, foot massages, that's whatever. But before I ever got that, I was getting in them rentals, getting in them squatters, whoever would take me. You know what I'm saying? I really went from getting, I really am a product of going from being on the 52 sector bus to being flying business class internationally. So like I am the definition of coming from the mud. You know what I'm saying? So the main thing I tell them is no heart, no money. You gotta have heart, man. You gotta believe, because it's easy to give up, especially when you meet resistance. I was heartbroken when I couldn't get on Philly radio. You front like you don't care, but that broke my heart. Like I never wanted to have no issue with Cosmic Kev. I'm from Philly. I grew up loving Cosmic Kev. You know what I'm saying? I grew even when I had issues with people like Gillie. Gillie, one of the reasons I rap. Like I love major figures. So when I go to make my name and now I got issues with these type of niggas, it's like a part of me I loved it because like I said I'm a competitor. But when I look back, it's like, man, I'd rather get money with them brothers. So another thing I tell the young people watching this, stay away from the beef and the negativity. That shit don't bring no money. Nobody wants to be around that nonsense, that chaos. Don't diss no DJs. I don't care if they don't play your music. You know what I'm saying? Don't diss nobody, man. Just focus on you. Do you, man. Do you. Focus on you and your business. Create your brand. Believe in your brand. When I came with this logo, the person I first did business with this logo, he called me and said, you sure people want to wear that? And then after we came out with our first day of sales, he couldn't believe it. And now I'm still going. And this is 4 years later. He's not my partner no more. And we taking this thing global. Just did a pop-up shop tour. Doing numbers on the internet that's no one sells more merch than me. Let's just be honest. Like you said, Show, you see me putting up pictures of people all over the world wearing my merch. I don't know nobody else in Philly that can really say that. And I'm not saying they're not doing it, but the ones I'm paying attention to, I don't really see them, hit the merch internationally as well as locally and domestically and so forth. But yeah, man, no heart, no money. Don't diss nobody. Stay focused on you. The best business is minding your own. Mind your own business. So that's I'm gonna give them that.
Right.
And buy my book.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, we ain't gonna give them two, cause like I said,
the book and be on the lookout. Like I said, I'm doing something with F.A.M.E TV.
Yeah, definitely.
Something real dope, real virtual, real 2025ish. So stay tuned for that, inshallah.
No, for sure, man. And I mean, I got a couple more, but I ain't gonna give them too much. Like,
give me one more, and I gotta get out of here.
All right. I'll give you one more. I'm trying to think. I got a couple jokes. I'm trying to think which one I'm gonna pick. All right, which one they probably gonna know the most.
Let me shout out. This is a Philly platform, so let me shout out some Philly artists I'm rocking.
I'm about to go to the Philly hip hop scene. All right, cool. Let's go there.
I love Big Osama, Ghetto Babies. Go stream Big Osama. Go stream everything he got going on. Northside Dirty Mouth out right now. Go support him. I love Tour from West Philly. Go stream, support him. Of course, Stilled Up Ace, he represents Chester and Delaware. Yo, my little brother Blake, you remember Blake from the DVD?
Oh yeah, West Philly Blake, yeah.
West Philly Blake, he reinvented himself. Goddamn, he coming, he fire, and he working with the MDF umbrella. So I'm about to executive produce his stuff. I'm working on something with Hollow Man, inshallah. You got the sneak peek here, so we talk about the goat. Shout out to Hollow Man. Shout out, I make a lot of money off rap, so I'm grateful for everybody that came before me. Like, I'm grateful for Major Figure, State Property. I love Spado. You know what I mean? I love Fly Boys. I love Scrap Metal. You know what I'm saying? I love Touch Money.
Daddy, Talib's not getting his hair cut.
Yes, he is. Talib, come on. I love all the movements, man. I love when Takedown was on anything. Even Capital Punishment. If y'all remember Capital Punishment, you know what I mean. Headshot, Bob, Bam, everybody, man. Nah, Touch Money, everybody. OG from Top Class, they all inspire me, man. The Goodmans, LG, Dana, the Big Top Ox, you know, the original Muslim Dons, you know what I mean. The Illy Funksters, the youngsters, Karan Goodman. I could go on forever, but shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the Philadelphia winners. Shout out to everybody behind the deal. Schoolie D, Cool C, you know what I mean? Everybody that came before me, man.
Alright, yeah, shout out to everybody. We definitely got a lot of legends, man, that don't get they just due.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the city don't get they just due, man.
I'm a living legend. I'm a legend. You know what I mean? Some people like to be humble. I'm a legend. I'm great at what I do. I look good doing it. You know, it's working, it's winning. I'm blessed. I'm grateful. And like I said, I'm going to take this month of Ramadan to get myself right mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. And I'm going to come back stronger. I'm going to come back better. I'm going to come back prettier. I'm going to come back hungrier. And I'm going to come back with a whole bunch of new goals. And I'm going to reach them goals. I'm going to let y'all know one now, man. I'm looking to build an alternative educational center in West Philly, right in the 52nd and Market area. It's going to be somewhere where kids can come learn everything from firearm safety and training, Arabic classes, self-defense, obviously, you know, financial literature. It's going to be real dope, man. And shout out to my cousin Movita, man, who just lost her second son due to gun violence. I want to send love to her, man. She going through a real tough time, and all the violence in Philly, man. Like, I don't have the answers, because if I did, I would have answered it, you know what I mean? But I know that whatever the answer is, I want to be a part of being a part of the solution, because I hate to see so many people that look like me, and, you know, that pray like me, being slaughtered in these streets, man. So, you know, may Allah protect us all and have mercy on us all. 1 Foot In, 1 Foot Out coming soon, album and documentary. I'm going to put out a movie, inshallah, during Ramadan, short film, working on that right now. We just going to keep grinding, keep trapping. Shout out to my big brother and mentor, Ice-T, my big bro, CeeLo, the whole mob, the whole MDF, Muslim Don family. I love y'all. Philly F.A.M.E TV, you know what I'm saying? So we going to go. I gotta get my shape up. I should have waited, but we going to get some B-roll of me getting my shape up, because I'm on the drum, not looking as pretty. I apologize to the sisters. I know they want to see me on my absolute Nora. But yeah, we got to get that shape up right now. Tone Trump, Philly F.A.M.E TV, man, bigger than life, 215. Chill. Yo, who your dad, yo? Who is your dad, yo? Who is your dad? Man, I saw your dad must be somebody. You get haircuts at the house. Ooh, that boy. Ooh, young Muslim. Our life is a movie. You know what I'm saying? Our life is a movie.